Alright. So, last time we played, the group got together, met up in the mining town, turned in the reward for finding Jonda's sister Rhine, and headed back to...
Well, the body of her, right?
Yeah, recovered the body of Rhine Stonetooth. And they would then realize that it had been about a week since their first trip into the haunted house, and so they were expecting the Saltmarsh Council to be needing them around that time. So you guys traveled back to Saltmarsh, and indeed, when you got there, someone told you that Eleander Fireborn had been looking for you. So at that time, Kelnozz started entertaining the crowd, who was a little apprehensive about this drow, unabashedly undisguised drow, starting to play music. And Brynn, Theren, and Eikooc went to Eleander Fireborn's to discuss, to the summons. So when they were there, Eleander Fireborn told them that his men had had spotted a ship that looked suspicious, and that it might be time to go to the haunted house and see if this was the sea vessel side of the smuggling operation. The players agreed, and then went outside and saw Eleander also kind of asked them to look into a missing druid named Hotch, who is being kept in the Drowned Forest.
Hotch?
Hotch. You mentioned that the council wasn't really up to provide a rescue attempt, but the people would be happy if the adventurers went to the bandits and rescued him, essentially. So at that time, the Brynn, Theren, and Eikooc went down to the haunted house and waited for the guards who were going to row a keelboat out to meet them. So unbeknownst to those three, the guards were walking down from Hool Watch Tower past the Wicked Goat and were discussing their mission. And just as they were overheard by Kelnozz. Kelnozz, at this time you are hearing these two guards talk about rowing out the giant and the two elves out to the haunted house. And you realize that your friends are missing, and they seem to be taking on this very important mission without you. What do you do?
It's unacceptable. Well, I sneak after them.
So as the two guards in the middle of the night sneak over to the keelboat, the drow, who blends in with the night so well, sneaks with them and manages to duck into a barrel on the keelboat. And then, overcome by exhaustion from a long day's journey, has a very pleasant nap.
Yeah, well, I've been working really hard recently, so I deserve this nap.
Meanwhile, the Brynn, Eikooc, and Theren rowed out to the smuggling ship known as the Sea Ghost, and Eikooc disguised himself using his hat of disguise to appear as Sandbalay, the wizard who had been running the smuggling operation in the haunted house, and managed to sneak onto the ship, and a small act of deception was made before the gig was ultimately up, at which point Brynn, Eikooc, and Theren proceeded to... what's the right word? I'm going to say murder, but perhaps just defeat somewhere near 16 smuggling pirates. And we finished the night off.
We were blasting pirates left, right, and center.
We finished the night off with them tying two remaining survivors to the mast and finally having a moment of respite after a bloody carnage on the boat. And it's around that time that, from all the sounds of battle and combat above, that you wake up, Kelnozz.
So I'll pop my head out from the barrel. Oh,
Okay.
we'll just say I'm there.
Yeah, I'm getting
Right
a
in that
token.
one. Cool. Ahoy, thee landlubbers!
So you're
Oh.
down. You're down on the keelboat here. You open your eyes and look out the boat to see that your keelboat is now loosely tied to this very large boat. You can climb up the rope if you'd like.
Yeah, can I jump up or climb up?
Sure. Since there's a rope hanging, you can use advantage on your athletics check.
Excuse me.
You sneeze down an 18. All right. Well, you very quickly climb up the rope and onto the deck of the ship, and see your 3 friends there. Just as they finish tying up 2 pirates, one of which is dirty and looks like a kind of a common pirate. The other one has a red bandana on and a wooden peg leg.
Well, what do we have here?
Kelnozz, where have you been? I thought you were at the Wicker Goat.
Well, I was for a time, and then I took a nap, and I woke up here.
But how on earth did you get here?
No time for questions, Theren.
Hmm.
What's going on with these 2 pirates?
Well, we've dispatched most of the crew. These are the only 2 who survived.
Have you
I
gotten
offered
talking
them-
yet?
No, let's not go down that dark path. We've done enough damage here. In any case, your help would have been useful, but I see you've
Yeah.
arrived in time for the looting. That's convenient.
I was quite busy, as I said earlier, with the nap.
All
Let's
right.
not
Well,
go pointing
Well,
fingers at who
welcome
or
back.
who wasn't here.
that's pointless. You weren't here. That was obviously the facts of the situation.
And an oversight.
Now then, we were about to search the ship after defeating these pirates. How should we proceed, gentlemen?
Are these pirates still conscious?
They're asleep, thanks to the power of Eikooc.
Eikooc can guard these prisoners while we search the decks.
The
We should
slumbermancer.
certainly search this.
Slumbermancer. He is the Slumbermancer.
Well, perhaps we could learn more about the ships by interrogating the captain here.
Oh, I think the captain's dead. I gesture towards this other guy. Wasn't there a guy in another bandana that was the captain we found
This
out?
dude up here?
No, he jumped overboard out of terror. I'm not joking. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Is this the murder part over here?
That's That's a group of bodies. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we were. It was crazy.
I offered them mercy, but they would have none of it.
You missed.
So be it.
You missed the party. Some would say.
Wow. I'm impressed with your prowess.
You should also be careful around this Theren character. You should be nice to him. I personally have seen him cleave a man in twine.
You have a way with words, Brynn. As always. But let us now proceed to search the deck. Be careful. There could be devious traps. I'll go over here where these
Can I
snake
search
dudes were.
these guys while no one's looking?
You search them.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a. Well, are you trying to be gentle to make sure you don't wake him up, or do you don't care?
I don't care. I'm just gonna search him.
Okay. On that one, you find basically nothing but a dirty rope that's holding up his pants and a dagger with some dents in it.
I take the rope.
His sword is already been taken from him.
That was the trap.
Ooh. You've now violated his human rights.
Very well.
You successfully take the rope.
And I put it into my backpack. How about this next dude?
So this guy is he's been disarmed already. He's not wearing any armor that you can see, but he's wearing like a sea-stained shirt and some similarly bedraggled pants.
Nothing of value?
Make an inspection check.
Investigation?
No, yes, I'm sorry. Investigation.
Okay.
Inspection.
Ooh.
Ooh. You only find a gold tooth.
Ooh. Can I sleight of hand that into my pocket?
From the unconscious guy's mouth?
I'd say no.
Theren people.
Wait, is the tooth firmly affixed in his mouth?
It is. Yes, it's in his jaw.
All right.
Instead of interrogating them, let's just remove their teeth.
Okay.
That'll teach them.
What kind of check do I need to do?
God damn it, you monster.
That'll do. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. So, how are you doing this with your rapier?
Very carefully. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remove the golden tooth without causing too much damage to the peripheral teeth area.
Well,
That was your dentist skill.
as you start, he
With a
wakes
rapier.
up, and he wakes up as soon as you basically prick him, and he moves, and you give him this very bad and deep gash in the mouth, and like
Oh no!
dark red blood starts popping out. So, do you continue?
What are you doing? They're disabled.
What's happening over here?
Forgive me.
He goes,
You
"Oh!
help this man.
I was trying to hit my
Bleeding
toe!"
profusely. What was that? No dentist with a rapier?
Well, I don't have my dentistry tools on me. I was trying to remove what looked to be a rotten
You're a
tooth.
psycho!
That tooth could spread and cause irreparable damage to this man. I was simply trying to do him a favor.
Perhaps you can use the rope belt that you stole from the other gentleman here to fashion some sort of tourniquet on his... Well, not a tourniquet, some sort of bandage on his jaw.
Perhaps I could sing him a little song of healing. And we'll call it even. Don't I have a thing?
Sure do.
I have some sort of spell. Where is it?
Just...
I have something. Oh, I say,
Says,
hold still. I'll hit him with cure wounds.
You hit him with cure wounds, his bleeding stops, and the gash heals over, and he says, "What kind of psycho are you?"
It's you should really see a dentist when you get back to the mainland. That tooth there isn't looking very good.
He looks at you with fear.
Kelnozz, you're not fooling anyone. Come. Why don't we leave these prisoners in the care of Eikooc, and
And let's search the ship.
indeed, I'm sure there'll be shiny things for you in these other compartments. that you won't have to rip out of our prisoners' mouths.
I turn back and look at the guy and say, "Ooh, I do love shiny things," and I point at him in a very creepy way as I walk away.
Dear Lord.
So, Theren,
At this point, should we just all stick together and search the whole ship, or
Very
are we
well. There are some.
confident that there are no other people or creatures hidden
Well, there's no
below decks?
humanoid creatures because you have like sense
that's true,
humanoid,
yes.
right?
Sense humanoid.
ooh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
He had like a thermal vision of this boat before we got on.
Oh,
sick.
And
damn,
then I went to
Brynn.
climb up that boat and fell immediately in the water. Like,
That's true.
critical fail climbing up the boat.
He did embarrass himself there.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right, Theren, what are you up to?
I'm gonna open this door and
Let's
take a look
open
inside
some
this room.
doors.
Some foul creatures came from here. What were they up to? Is what I'm trying to find out.
Smell
Okay.
most foul.
So as you open the door here,
Oh,
a distinct odor about this room reminds you of a marsh or swamp. Not fetid, not oppressive, but certainly noticeable. In the center of the area is a wood table bolted to the deck. On the table sits a silver jug half full of red liquid. With it are 3 pewter mugs. Around the table are set 3 upright wooden chairs, and an unlit hood lantern hangs from the ceiling above. In the gloom you can see 3 hammocks, one at the end of each cabin, slung between the bulkhead and one of the ship's ribs, and the third hanging across the corner of the cabin from next to the aft door to the central bulkhead. A small chest or box of some sort lies under the most forward hammock. There appears to be a small scaled creature that is hiding in the corner here.
A small scaled creature? Do I have I recognized this creature before? Type of creature?
Make a nature check.
Nature checking it up. Oh.
This looks like a tiny miniature red dragon and is a pseudo dragon. These things are magical creatures that are... You've never seen one before, but they're commonly known to be used for arcane... They're usually like companions from wizards, essentially. And as you crouch in the doorway, it seems to tighten up in a little ball a little bit more. Whimpering.
Well, we're not here to hurt you, little fella.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not really there to handle animals. Let's see. Oh my god, there actually is an animal handling check.
yeah.
Ooh, that's not a great roll.
Well, I told you.
So as you draw your hands up and say, "Don't worry, little buddy, we're here to hurt you or to help you," you have your greatsword in your hand and try to put it away, but you hit it on one of the bulkheads, and the sword clashes down to the ground in front of the pseudo dragon, and it skitters around the room and flies out into the onto the rigging of the ship.
As it's attaching to the rigging, I'm going to use my primeval awareness
Ooh.
skill.
You have a crazy detection.
So let me see here. Your mastery of Ranger lore allows you to establish a powerful link to beasts and to the land around you. You have an innate ability to communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as a kindred spirit.
This is probably not a beast, but let me look it up.
Oh, does it mean beast as in like it has to be that?
Yeah, it's
class
like
of-
the class of animal. It usually is an
This
animal.
doesn't like I'm not gonna like take it over or anything. All it does is let me read its basic mood and intent. I can learn its emotional state,
Yeah.
and whether it's affected by magic of any sort.
It's not a beast, so you can't use that feature to do that. But
Okay.
you could do an animal handling check depending on how you wanted to approach it.
Okay, I'll try and animal handle that one.
How do you
Let's
do
see
so?
how I gesture towards it and go, shh, 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 shh. Come on down here. We're not going to hurt you.
Okay, go ahead and make your animal handling check.
Oh, yeah.
It looks at you as you say that. It seems to relax a little bit and flutters down to the ground, or not to the ground, but onto the keelboat here, and is standing on the overturned boat and kind of looking back and forth from you to Kelnozz, and from what he can see to Theren. Kelnozz, what are you doing?
I wanted to check out. Aren't the bottles still there on the table?
Yeah, there's
the mugs,
a
maybe?
jug and 3 pewter mugs.
Is there still liquid in them?
Yes, there is. There's liquid in the jug.
Can I? Do I know what's in it? Like, can I open it up and kind of get a taste for it?
Sure, you can tell just by smelling the jug that it's full of wine.
Okay.
And there were also the 3 or small chest or box underneath the most forward hammock.
I'd like to pop that open.
Okay, so you're gonna pick up the box and open it.
Yes.
Okay. It is locked.
I will attempt to pick the lock.
Do you have thieves' tools?
I do not.
You have nothing to pick the lock with then.
I will pocket the bottle of wine.
It is a jug of wine. And
A jug of wine.
So write down a silver jug worth 25 gold pieces.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else of value in this room that I can notice?
No. All that's left is basically the chairs, the table, and the hammock.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll peek my head out and observe the commotion that's going on the deck.
Okay. Eikooc has come over to Brynn and the dragon here. Or the pseudo-dragon. Brynn, what are you doing? The dragon is looking like he's a lot more friendly towards you now.
How big is this little dragon? Like, is it something that you could like
tiny.
have on your arm, or like?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
too heavy for something like that?
No, it would it could fit pretty comfortably on your shoulder.
Okay, I'll try and like motion it with my arm to like climb up on my arm, basically, and just start petting it. That's a good little mini dragon.
It'll hop up here.
And I assume at this point Eikooc is like wild-eyed, like, look at this crazy thing.
Eikooc is definitely very keenly interested in this one, and
Eikooc, please, let me introduce you to this little red dragon. Perhaps you can take some time to get to know one another. He's actually quite friendly when you get him away from the 4-foot-long bloody greatsword of Theren.
what is Theren doing?
Well, I'm going to continue to search this room while Brynn is dealing with the little dragon. In particular, I'm going to take a look at this box and track it for traps.
Okay, that's the box that Kelnozz tried to open. Make a investigation check.
Oh, where's my sheet here? Oh, God. Oh, there it is. Oh.
You cannot tell if
Ooh.
it's trapped.
There's some pretty nasty lizard beasts that own this box. We should be taking more care. What was the other thing that was in this room besides the box and the hammocks? There was like something hanging from the ceiling.
Just a lantern, I think it was.
Oh, just a lantern, regular style. Okay.
Yeah. So the other option you guys have, since you don't have a thieves pick, is you could try to force open the box with a crowbar.
Could try that.
I suppose.
I don't have a crowbar though. Can we use like a short sword or something?
A rapier, perhaps?
A rapier?
You can, but you risk damaging the weapon.
We should there'll probably be crowbars around this ship somewhere if we keep our eye out for it. Or some sort of instrument commonly used by sailors.
As Theren and Kelnozz are looking in this room, the pseudo-dragon crawls down Brynn's arm towards where you keep your arrows on your back, and suddenly this image appears in your mind of arrows hitting into one of the lizard folks, and the pseudo-dragon starts flying and flies around Eikooc for a moment, seems to snort for a second, flies back into the room around Theren, trying to avoid the bulkheads in the low ceiling here, snorts again, and then seems to fly near Kelnozz.
Oh boy.
Kelnozz,
I want to like not get him too agitated. Can I try to give him a little pet?
Sure, go ahead and make a animal handling check.
Ooh.
The dragon settles on your arm and starts sniffing you and going all over your body and trying to find some kind of scent, it seems, and gives up after it's sniffed you all over and settles on your neck and wraps its tail very gently around and starts making a gentle purring sound.
Hells yeah.
Sleeping.
I give it just little pets as to not wake him up.
You may add Find Familiar to your known spell list.
Ooh. That's cool.
And Eikooc walks over and says, it must smell the blood of its master on us, and did not wish to serve one who did dare violence to it. It is an honorable beast.
Did you say it's a pseudo-dragon?
It is a pseudo-dragon.
Pseudo-dragon. Cool. It's a level 1 spell. Awesome. I need to read more about how that works.
Okay, this room seems to be closed, but there is another door that goes just beyond.
We should press through that door. This room smells.
Okay. Are you guys gonna open
Yeah.
this door
Open up
then?
the door.
Okay, as you guys enter this room, 2 coiled lengths of rope and 3 rolls of sailcloth lie on the deck alongside a large box. A large wooden cask stands next to 6 lengths of wood planking. Set into a wooden rack, fastened to the bulkhead by the door, are 2 metal-headed hammers, 2 wooden mallets, 2 saws, and an adze. There's an opening about 3 feet square and with its lower edge about 7 foot above the deck in the other bulkhead. So this is basically full of supplies and stuff that's needed for sailing, but otherwise empty of interesting things.
Could we use
Great.
one of those hammers to pop the chest open?
No, that's not a bad idea.
You could definitely use them if you have. Well, there's saws, 2 saws. So yeah, you could use the hammers in combination with the saws to try and do it. Right, you need something to pry it open, perhaps. Which the hammers would not do alone. If you want to do that, make a strength check with disadvantage, since it's an improvised tool.
Okay, I'll give it a go. 14 even.
Okay. It pops open. And as you hear it pop open, you realize that pop is not a usual sound for a chest. And a needle flies out of the opening and strikes you, I assume, somewhere. It strikes you and causes 1 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
Oh no. Oh!
But inside you see there are 10 electrum ingots. Electrum is like an alloy of metal. And each of them is worth 100 electrum pieces each. Which is quite a bit of money.
So 10 electrum ignots, and they're each worth 100
EP.
EP. Whoa. This will buy a lot of dragon food, I muttered to myself.
Okay.
What do you have in there, Brynn? Anything of interest?
Bunch of new sales. Nothing really vastly interesting in here. Is this a door as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's press on to the next door.
Okay. So you entered into the galley stores, where from iron hooks set into the ceiling hang 3 long strings of sausages, a large ham, and a hunk of meat. Against the hull are 3 sacks. Set against the bulkhead beside the door, a cask and a ceramic jar. Against the other bulkhead are set a large and a small cask with another ceramic jar. There's an opening in the latter bulkhead about 3 feet square, and its lower edge about 3 feet above the deck. You've found essentially their food storage.
I'm a bit peckish myself. What do you say, Brynn? Shall we have a little snack?
Well, I do think we should carry on through this boat. But a little snack won't hurt. I'm always one for snacking.
I pull out the silver jug of wine from my pocket and pass it to him.
You fit this entire jug in your pocket? Magic, sir. Magic.
I have sticky fingers, shall we say.
Ah, you don't need to tell me about those.
I grab a sausage and toast. To a great victory this day.
Indeed.
You guys did most of the heavy lifting, but I'm glad I could be here. And you too, Yuck.
You guys have some fine wine and some nice dry sausages.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Are you guys continuing through?
Yep. Let's
Yeah.
open up door number 3.
Okay, you've reached the ship's galley here. A crude metal stove, not lit, leans against the hull. It has an adjustable metal chimney that can be placed through a vent hole when it's opened. Next to the stove is an open metal bin containing sticks of wood kindling, and beside this is a large wooden table, bolted firmly to the deck with a thick top crisscrossed with score marks. The table has a large drawer. Hanging from the hook set into the hull above the table are 2 iron frying pans, 2 saucepans, and a skillet. Set against the bulkhead opposite is a large cask filled with a clear liquid. Beside this stands a wooden cupboard. Against the bulkhead beside the forward door is a wooden upright chair, and hanging from the center of the deck above is an unlit hooded lantern. There's really nothing of significant value here, just more supplies.
More kitchen supplies. Perhaps we should travel below decks and see. These are stairs down, eh?
Those
Or
are
those
stairs down, yep.
Perhaps we should go below decks and see what treasures await us. I don't sense any humanoids, do I?
You'll have to take another minute to concentrate.
Is it the stairs here that go down?
Yep, those go down. And
I will
these go up.
try and take a minute to detect with primeval awareness.
You concentrate for a minute, and again you feel your senses dial up as your sense of smell and hearing start supplanting what you can't see with your eyes. And as you concentrate for your favorite enemy, for any humanoids that are on the boat, or within a mile radius, I think it is, you can only detect your companions, the two pirates that are tied to the mast, and one other humanoid.
Oh. Proceed with caution, my friends. There could be more people below decks.
Thanks for the warning, Brynn. Let's. Well, we could search the aft of the ship before we proceed lower.
Lead the way, Theren.
They may
That's
be
true.
simple rooms, but let's not
Are these
leave any
ones
stone
up?
unturned.
These ones were up, right? To the
Yeah, that leads to
top deck?
the poop deck.
And there wasn't anything really significant on the upper deck, right? It was just the
There isn't anymore,
skin
no.
and stuff.
Now that's
Yeah.
where you guys put all the
Dead bodies.
dead bodies.
Pile of bodies. The body count was piling up.
I climb up there just to see your handiwork.
You see,
What is this? What is this scene?
Lizard people. There's like
there's 12 bodies
Yeah.
on the poop deck here, 3 of which do seem to be of lizard folk variety.
Are they all like hacked into pieces?
They're in a variety of conditions. I mean, some of them are singed with fiery burns, and some have been sliced, and some have bled to death from arrows, and it's a very macabre sight.
Don't forget about the one cut in twine.
Had you not recently tried to dig a man's tooth out of his mouth, I'd say you'd be quite disturbed.
By the 7. What sort of handiwork have you done, my friends? And I jump back down from the higher level.
Yes, it was a mighty battle.
It's quite the mess you've left.
There, and as you enter this room, this seems to be one of the master cabins. The furnishings and fittings are of good quality, and the place is tidy. A single bunk, made up of bed linen, has its head with a bulkhead running along the center line of the ship. A polished wood table stands at the center of the room, bolted to the deck. On the table is a silver bowl containing an assortment of fruit, a silver carafe half full of a light red liquid, and a silver goblet. Set at the table are 2 upright wooden chairs and a padded leather chair. On the deck toward the stern is a wooden brass-bound chest. Beside it is a pair of highly polished black leather boots. From the center of the ceiling, over the table, hangs an unlit hooded lantern.
Well, I'll take a look at the chest and see if it has any traps.
Okay, go
Smart
ahead.
idea, Theren.
Make an investigation
As I
check.
Wipe.
Oh, you did. That's the one you just rolled?
What's that? I just rolled it.
Okay, very good. You do notice that there seems to be something different with this chest, and you believe that it is trapped.
Be careful, friends. This chest is dangerous. It has a trap. Does anyone know how to disarm traps?
I'm not particularly skilled at it.
Well, we might want to give this one a pass. Leave it for the guards once we turn the ship in.
Perhaps we could use one of our captive friends over there. They could do us a favor by opening up the chest.
Perhaps the one you tried to master your dentistry on would be willing to now get attacked by a crate.
Well, they would know how to open the chest safely. They wouldn't want to injure themselves, surely.
We don't know who the owner of this chest is.
You over there, I point to the guy who I was trying to perform surgery on earlier.
What?
There's a chest there in the aft cabin. We'd like you to open it for us.
You could go to hell.
I pull out my rapier. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said I'd like you to open that chest for us.
I know it's waiting for me back wherever you're taking me. If you're gonna kill me here, kill me there.
I don't plan to kill you, my good friend. I just need you to do us a favor.
Why should I?
Because if you don't, I'll kill you.
Well, then kill me. If you want me to do you yeah, you can make a charisma. Make a persuasion check. Or are you making an intimidation check?
I'll do a persuasion check. This is the best way for you to leave this ship alive, my friend. Ah, fuck.
He says, I'll open it if you let me go with that boat and 100 gold.
What do you think, Brynn?
I think you're wasting your gold.
I think you're right.
What if there's only 50 gold in the box? He was pretty quick to come up with that solution.
Let's leave this man, another dead man for the sea. And I start to slowly walk away.
Theren, can't you just smash it with your greatsword? Smash it in twine.
It may be dangerous. I don't want to risk something exploding in there. We'll leave it for the town guard. They'll have a solution. Let's check this other room while we carry on here. We just have to make sure this boat is safe. That's our thing now.
As I walk by, I swing my sword dangerously close to the prisoner here, but just graze him. Oh, whoops. Clumsy me.
He says, that's Punkita's box. It'll have something that the wizard treasures. Magical items for sure.
Perhaps you could help us open it up then.
You know the price.
100 gold? And what else? The ship?
How does this work? Do you get him to open it first, or do you untie him, give him the boat, and pay him first? Because both are risky. Kelnozz, that question is for you.
I have a better idea. I'm going to walk back over here. I'm going to cast Mage Hand. Is the hand strong enough? Manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container.
You'd probably have to pick it first so it's unlocked, and then maybe you could open it with a hand. I don't know. Based on that description.
Perhaps if we continue searching, we may find a key.
It's true, but maybe it's that guy's... Actually, yeah, you know what? I go upstairs here, and I check the body of the wizard that we defeated.
Wizard guy?
Yeah.
Make a
I check
Was
for a
it the
key.
captain's quarters? Or was it the wizard's quarters?
Well, the prisoner claimed that the box belonged to the wizard.
He said there would be a powerful wizard's item in.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, damn it.
You
What are
find
you doing up there, Theren?
you can't find any sign of keys.
Can I take a look as well?
Sure. You guys take a very thorough check, and you think that if he had a key on him, he might have dropped it.
Well, if he dropped it, let's continue searching the ship, and maybe we'll find it. So I go back downstairs and start searching this room. With Brynn here.
As you enter this room, you see that this cabin is clean, and its furniture is in good repair. A single bunk, made up with bed linen, has its head against the bulkhead running along the center line of the ship, next to a wooden partition squaring off in the corner near the main deck. A writing desk is set against the hull toward the stern. It has a drawer on each side and 3 trays on the top. Also on the desktop, just in front of the trays, is an ink pot, 2 quill pens, a small knife, and a pewter container that resembles a pepper pot. Against the desk is set an upright wooden chair, and beside it is a wooden brass-bound chest. Against the hull on the starboard side is a padded leather couch. In front of it, a bearskin rug lies on the deck, while beneath the couch can be seen a large metal box. An unlit hooded lantern hangs from the ceiling.
Twice the boxes to search. I will check the box that's under the couch for traps.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll just roll a dealio. Oh.
This one looks like it is not trapped.
I'll be back 1 second.
Wait, is it locked?
Do you try to open it?
Sure, I tried to open it.
Oh, it's locked.
Drat! Oh, these pirates are careful to lock their belongings. Well, maybe I'll check the other chest for traps.
There was only one chest.
Oh, I thought there was 2, you said.
Uh...
Metal box and a something?
Is it a desk?
A desk? Oh, I searched the desk for traps then, I don't know.
Sure.
Gotta use the 17 for something. I just searched the desk for, I don't know, orders or documents that might indicate if these pirates have any connection to the Sea Princes or any organization as such.
There are 2 drawers, and they are also both locked.
Gah! Okay.
Brynn, what are you doing as Theren searches the room? Ryan?
Sorry, dudes. What happened when Scott opened the box?
It's locked.
It's locked.
And unfortunately, Brynn, this desk here may have vital information about the origins of these pirates, but both of these drawers are locked.
Well, let's see if we can do something about that. I don't have anything I can do about that.
No, we don't have that in our party.
Should none of you guys have a crowbar or something?
Well, we still have those tools from earlier. I guess we could do a strength check.
Yeah,
Style.
would an explorer's pack have a crowbar?
I can look it up. Explorer's pack.
I have a priest pack. I doubt that would have crowbars.
That definitely would not have a crowbar.
Explorer's pack does not. It has a
And it
rope.
doesn't have like
box.
lock-picking tools or anything in it either, does it?
No.
No.
There are things around that you could use to try and break it open. There's a knife. There's been lots of tools and such in the stores that you found.
I have a ink pen. Could I kind of paperclip that shit?
The Guyver.
An ink pen?
Yes.
I'm not picturing something that opens a box.
I use the
Alright.
pen and roughly insert it into the keyhole.
What is this, Kelnozz? What are you doing? That's a pen, not a key.
Hey, that might work. Make sure that you put your face near it as you wiggle it around. It'll really let you see what you're doing.
Very funny, Brynn.
I'm sure we can saw this desk and get to the back of this.
Why, yes,
You know,
it's
get
just a
through
wooden
this.
desk. Let's smash it.
Alright, I resort to the old smasheroo tactic for getting this thing open. There we go. Enough of your pens.
This is the chest.
No, this is the desk.
Okay, and sorry.
Clean it up.
What are you doing?
I'm like
Smashing
taking
the
a
shit out
saw.
of it.
Yeah, I'm taking like one of those tools we found and either breaking open or maybe sawing the front of this desk so that I can get into the drawers.
Well, these are two different things. So, if you're going to use an improvised tool, you need to make another strength save because it'll be a disadvantage.
All right.
And if you're going to saw through it with a saw, then a strength check is fine.
Oh, okay. We'll do
Probably
that.
call it an athletics check. It will take quite a bit of time. But
Oh.
you managed to... Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
It would take about the time you would imagine to saw through very thick pieces of desk to get through into a cabinet or a drawer. So we'll say an hour or two passes. With great physical exertion, you manage to get into the drawers. The first drawer, which contains 2 potions of healing, a dose of antitoxin, and a small key.
Ooh, a small key. Okay.
The second drawer contains several maps of the Taden Bay, and one map stands out to you very specifically. It looks like it was very crudely drawn. Can everyone see this?
Can now.
So
Yep.
Theren shows you guys this map that appears to have looks like it depicts the area of Saltmarsh, and there's a forked tongue symbol drawn above a small settlement that doesn't match any of the maps that you guys have.
What's the significance of the whale?
You temporarily
It's a
die.
lizard. It's a lizard with a forked tongue?
It is, yeah.
Ah. Very
You're holding it
good.
upside down, Brynn.
Ah, of course. This map sure was drawn hastily.
Who's gonna take this one?
I mean, I guess I'll take it.
Okay.
I wonder what it means.
Good question. I don't see any evidence that where these pirates came from, but this map might be a key or a clue. Sorry.
You also find a document that. Let's see if I made something with this. Oh yes. You also see a document that seems to be a list, but it's essentially in broken common, asking for steel goods and shiny items. But you see that when they're listed out, they seem to be spears and swords, armor, and the bottom of the thing says basically that they're going to need more soon.
Oh.
It said a sword. They need more swords and armor.
Essentially,
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever's hired these pirates is weaponizing their forces. This bodes ill for the town of Saltmarsh.
It does indeed.
We need to find out who these pirates are working for. I move over to the chest now and see if the key will fit.
The key does not fit.
Small key from drawer. Well, I did find one small key to the many locked things we've discovered so far. Is there anything else of note in this room?
Nope. Just the unopened chest and the furnishings.
Well, do you want to improvise open this chest? I guess I could try it.
I have one more strategy that could work.
Oh?
I'm going to disguise myself as the captain of the ship. Have I seen him?
We murdered him. And
Is he
everyone
one of
saw
the
us murder
bodies
him.
up on the top?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure this ruse is the most well thought.
So I look like the captain. And on my with my new friend, I'm gonna cast Charm Person. On this dude.
Okay.
So I come out of after the ship, and I say, "Ahoy there, matey!"
So just pulling up this guy's stats. Give me a moment.
Look alive, will ya? Not paying you to just be standing around there, all tied up and with a cut on your face.
Make a deception check at disadvantage. He says,
What are you looking at there, you scallywag?
"You'll need stronger magic than that to fool me."
I walk back into the aft of the ship. I remove my disguise. And
You
I come
could have
back
at
outside
least-
again.
You could have at least not taken Bimz off your shoulder.
I say, "Whoa, did you see that captain just walk out there? I can't believe it. Did anyone see the captain? Eikooc, did you see the captain just step out?"
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And the pirate says, "Is killing me still on the table?"
It is, unless you open up that box.
I'll happily open up the box if you give me my terms.
I'm not giving you 100 gold and the ship.
You trying to open the captain's chest? Now that's got some crazy stuff. The captain had loved treasure.
Where's the captain's chest?
He nods over to the room he just came from.
Oh, okay. I'm more interested in that magical artifact that you told me so much about. I'm sure Eikooc is equally as interested.
Without a doubt.
Well, I can assure you that the Saltmarsh guards won't be too pleased to see you. And perhaps your only chance of escape is helping us out here. You don't want to spend the rest of your days in the brig, do you?
He says, "I've spent many days in a brig, and I don't mind spending more. That's the life of a pirate." And he spits on the ground.
God damn it.
Alrighty, well, I try to open this chest using, improvised tools.
Okay, so you open up this chest that is underneath the couch, and it takes you a few minutes to struggle, but even with your tool, you pop it open. As you do so, a short scythe falls through the bottom of the couch. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god. Do I do this?
Okay, you take 7 slashing damage as the blade slashes into your hand.
I checked this for traps and there were none. Dude,
You rolled the
I can't
4,
believe-
as you recall.
yeah, I can't believe my keen half-elf eyes let me down on that one. Well,
Oh, I thought you could see the side sitting there.
The chest contains 10 more electrum ingots worth 100 EP each.
10 ingots, okay.
And that's all that's in the chest.
Worth how much each, sorry? 100?
100 electrum EP as opposed to GP. Electrum pieces.
Oh, EP. Worth 100 EP. Okay. Interesting.
It's a currency that's valid on the council, but seldomly used, as most people stick to gold and platinum. But when you're really rich, it makes sense to transfer it into electrum sometimes.
Oh, it's high value. Okay.
I think
We
it's
should
just lower
research
than
the
platinum.
exchange
Yeah.
rate of this. Perhaps we could play the market with our newfound winnings.
That's the spirit.
Well, I'm going to try this small key on this other chest that we found earlier and see if it fits.
It does not.
Damn
Well,
it.
then we're going to have to roll some more dice. Wait a second now. My health is getting very low.
Perhaps I could take a little open here.
Very well.
I put the dragon down gently. Actually, Theren, do you mind holding on to my new friend here?
He didn't seem to take too much of a liking to me, but
Well, I'll put him in the bed.
Just
Very
tuck him in while you
gently.
explode.
As you approach the chest, you feel a telepathic image in your mind that you recognize coming from what the pirate called Bimz, the pseudo-dragon. And you
Bimz.
see in your mind a puff of noxious green smoke envelop your face. And then the flash is over.
Wow, that doesn't seem good. Did you see that, Theren?
no, what was,
Hmm.
what do you mean?
I imagined a puff of green smoke. I believe this to be magically trapped.
Indeed, I confirmed as much earlier.
Perhaps my familiar, Bimz, could help us out here.
Does he know how to disarm traps?
That would be extremely convenient.
Perhaps we could speak with him. I put my hand on his shoulder. Bimz, you must awaken now.
Bimz cannot. You have a telepathic connection with Bimz now, and you can convey simple ideas to him. He can't speak to you in the language though. So, basic ideas. You know, he's giving you the basic idea of danger right now, and he's kind of giving you this mental image. What are you trying to communicate to it?
I point to the chest and I say, "Can you open it?" I'd imagine what it would look like for the chest to open.
The pseudo dragon flutters over to the chest, and starts scratching at it and gnawing at it, but is futile. And it's basically like a pigeon trying to open a chest. It can't make any dents on this thing.
Hmm.
And after a moment, it gives up, flutters back over to you.
Let's keep searching this ship and see if we find anything else.
Good idea.
Perhaps on the lower decks, yeah. Brynn, it's time for us to proceed into the lower decks.
Huzzah!
It may get dangerous. We should be wary. Actually, maybe we should take a quick break up here and just roll some hit die. Is what I'm thinking.
What is a hitch die, Theren?
A short rest might do us well.
A short rest, I say, is what we need. We did a lot of battle there, so
Yes,
yeah.
I really exhausted myself with all that battle.
Ugh. Terrible.
Kelnozz, you're not going to play a soothing song of rest?
Oh, I will. Allow me to serenade you all. Anyone who can hear my performance.
It's an extra 1d6 hit points.
Yeah, is it 1d6?
That says?
Hells
I
yeah.
get 1
Ooh.
extra hit point.
You weren't listening very well.
I only need 1, so I'll just take the same roll.
I feel a lot better now.
As you take
Alright,
a
gentlemen.
short rest, you guys notice that the sky is starting to get light a little bit, and that you think dawn is maybe only an hour or two away.
Who's done?
You temporarily die.
Alright, I check this door to see if it's open
It is
or
open.
not locked. Then I proceed downwards. Follow me.
Is this just one big staircase, or are these two separate
Two separate ones.
staircases? Okay. Well, we should travel together.
Let's split the party. Okay.
Okay. So we're just going down, down, down.
Certainly dark in here.
So as you guys climb down the stairs, you get down into the bosun's cabin. And in the center of the cabin sits a plain wood table on which stands a pewter flagon and a pewter mug. Beside the table is a wooden chair. And hanging over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Also hanging from the ceiling at the aft of the cabin is a large cage that holds a parrot, apparently asleep. Next to the hull hangs an unoccupied hammock. Beneath it is a brass-bound wooden sea chest.
Is there anything remarkable about the parrot?
It's asleep. Well, no. It's remarkable that there's a parrot in this area. They're not native to the salt marsh area. But other than that, it looks like a normal parrot.
I telepathically speak to Bimz. And I say, "Are you hungry, my friend?"
It nods.
I approach the cage with the parrot.
As you approach, the parrot wakes up and says, "Ah! Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat! Pieces of meat! Ah!" And then, as it sees the pseudo-dragon, starts fluttering in a crazy passion.
Bon appetit. I point to the parrot.
Okay. The pseudo-dragon crawls into the cage, and a few moments later, there is no more parrots.
Thank you, Bimz. That parrot was quite annoying.
What do you think it meant, pieces of 8?
You must be hearing the pirates talk about pieces of 8. Do we know what that is? Can I do a history check or something?
Sure.
Moo!
Your surface history is pretty good for someone who hasn't undergone formal study, but nothing about pieces of 8 stands out to you as anything more than perhaps a common phrase from pirate songs.
Okay. I say, I suspect it to be part of a pirate shanty. I would like to learn some pirate shanties so I could perform them for you. Perhaps I'll speak to our friend upstairs on the way out. Can we take a peek down this hallway here?
Wasn't there a brass chest? Or that was
There was a brass chest, yep.
bird cage. Can we examine the brass chest for traps?
Yep, make an investigation check. It is not trapped, and you're fairly certain about that.
Alright. Can I try to open it?
You try to open it, and it is unlocked.
Oh.
You open it up, and it looks like there are some grubby garments inside.
Oh, grubby garments. I dig through the grubby garments, trying to find something that would match a dirty rope.
You find a locked iron box.
Oh. Well, I found something of some importance. Does anyone have a key? And I hold up the iron box for Theren and Kelnozz to see.
I think Theren might have a key.
Indeed, I found one earlier. Let's try it in this box.
Yeah, would it fit in this box?
It does not
Try
work.
it out. Does not work. How big is the box? Is it something that we can like carry with us?
No, it's fairly big. It's like at least a meter long. It's pretty much the size of this chest. Yeah, it's the size of this chest, but concealed underneath the grubby garments.
Everyone awes at my strength after I held it up for everyone to see.
I'm impressed.
Can everyone make a perception check?
Okay.
Oof.
Perception. Oop.
So, Brynn and Kelnozz, as you guys are standing over this chest, you realize that the wall behind the chest here seems to have a secret door.
Oh. Let's take a look at that.
You open the door, and you see a dark, cramped area, only 4 feet wide at most, squeezed in between a ship's stern and an adjacent cabin. It appears to be a holding cell. A slim humanoid figure cowers in the far corner, chained to the hull. This appears to be a wood elf that is locked up in chains, just in grubby garments.
So many grubby garments.
I say, is she like conscious?
It's a man.
It's a man. Is he conscious?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
I say, how long have you been in there, friend?
he speaks in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
I don't. Eikooc does. Oh no, I do speak Elvish.
Yeah,
Yeah, be really surprised if
you are an elf.
He says, he looks, all you can see is you right now, and he says, in Elvish, did you come to save me?
Well, it depends, my good friend. Who are you?
I'm Odios. Who are you?
Yeah. Well, I'm Kelnozz. How did you get here?
He looks at you and says, I was investigating the smugglers. Please help.
I motion over to Theren. Don't just stand there. Let's try that key of yours in here. These are my associates, Brynn Isosceles and Theren /Twine Evenwood.
Thank you for that introduction, Kelnozz. So, is it like a locked cage thing going on here?
I thought maybe your
She's
key might
chained.
fit.
She's chained. She's in chain. He is in chains.
Okay, I tried the key on the chains. If they're locked.
Key fits, and the locks fall away, and Odios falls to the ground. Thank you. Thank you. He looks up. Brothers, thank you. This is still all in Elvish.
Yeah, we don't often see another elf in these necks of the woods.
Do you hail from the frosted tips?
No. He looks up at you and seems to gather some more of his strength. He says, No, I come from the Shivering Wood. Who are you? You a dark elf?
Why, but of course. No regular elf could be this handsome and charming. Ha ha ha.
The elf tries to push past you. He says, Move aside. I've had enough of this cell.
Perhaps you're right. Let us give you some space.
He looks. He says, These smugglers took my things. Have you found it? A spear? A crossbow?
Not yet.
Not yet, but we were in the process of searching the ship when we stumbled across your cell. There are many locked boxes around. Perhaps it's in one of them.
He sees Eikooc and goes, in Elvish, What the hell is a Halgud doing here?
We are a motley crew.
And Eikooc responds, let me just double check to make sure Eikooc actually knows Elvish. I think he does. Language, Elvish, yeah, he does. He replies in Elvish and says, I am Eikooc. I'm a wizard. And he says, You actually let this thing adventure with you?
Is he pointing at me?
No, he's pointing at Eikooc.
Oh, Eddie.
Eikooc has proven quite capable, and there are few who would adventure in these parts with people, elves such as us. We have to,
Stick together.
stick together. Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah. There's much
Believe
danger.
me,
I single-handedly
I know all
killed 12 brigands above deck. We must be very careful.
I know all too well the ways of the council and the violence that they'll put on our kind. These Halgud aren't too much better. But if
He's a friend.
But if he's got your approval, then I have no problem for now.
You said you were investigating these pirates. Do you know who they were working for?
No, I just know that they were sailing up and down the bay, taking supplies and bringing them somewhere. I tried to sneak aboard, but I got caught.
Totally rookie move. How long have you been stuck in there?
Days? Maybe weeks. I don't know.
Did you decide to investigate on your own accord, or did someone send you?
I went on behalf of my settlement, my village. Why are you guys here? Who are you? You still haven't answered.
Well, I'm Theren Evenwood. This is Brynn, the bounty hunter. We're both bounty hunters who have recently arrived in Saltmarsh.
From
Well,
the
we've
Frosted Tips.
Well, indeed, you are from the Frosted Tips, which I would love to visit. But recently we've been assisting around here, investigating these things. And we're looking into this smuggling operation that appears to be happening between these pirates. And they seem to be up to no good. So,
And what's a drow doing on the surface?
It's a long story. Perhaps we could get you something to eat. There's sausages upstairs. And perhaps I have one in my backpack.
You hand him a
Pull
sausage.
one out.
You whip out your sausage and
I whip it out.
you see his mouth water and he just gulps it down.
Is there any of that wine left in the silver jug?
Yeah, you found some more wine by the captain's chamber, so maybe he filled it up. He says
I pass him a jug of wine.
he resists that and says, "Water." Looks down at the iron box, says, "This must be where they're keeping my stuff. Can you guys open this?"
Running a bit short on keys.
As in, we don't have any that fit.
we could try to force another box open here. I take some of these tools that we've been carrying around for this purpose.
The old
And-
chest opening tools.
Yeah, hopefully don't get blowed up.
You manage to pry this box open. It takes quite a bit of time and quite a bit of effort. But after about 20 minutes of heaving and pushing, you manage to break it open, where you find 200 silver pieces, a spear, a dagger, and the remains of a crossbow. And Audios picks all of this up and holds a spear and says, "All right, let's get out of this place."
Well, this
Right.
might be the last person alive on this ship, but I'd still like to search it to make sure there's no more danger for the town guard once they take control of it. Why don't you head up to the front deck, and there's the galley where you may find some water, perhaps additional food. We'll search the deck here.
Okay,
Or
he's gonna go
Not the
up.
deck, but
Hero goes up the stairs onto the other deck.
I say we continue searching down here.
indeed. I'll open this door.
Okay. just gonna
Ooh.
reveal the whole thing since there's not too much left to
Found the
surprise you
wine
guys.
storage.
Okay.
Hells yeah.
So as you go into the main cargo hold, lantern light reveals an orderly cargo hold. Through the center runs the base of the main mast. Beside it, narrow wooden stairs lead up to the hatch above. Against the aft bulkhead are stacked bolts of cloth, lashed by ropes to brackets bolted to the deck so they're secure. On each side are stacked a large number of small casks, also secured by ropes to the deck. So you see all those stacks of bolts and cloth here. If you guys take a minute to take a look at what the cargo here, you find 50 bolts of soak, each worth 50 gold pieces. 40 casks of brandy, each worth 10. 40 casks of fine wine, each worth 7 gold pieces. And a large crate of high-quality mining tools that you estimate to be around 200 gold pieces. Obviously, all this stuff is too large for you to pick up and put on your equipment in your inventory, but you have to remember, you have quite a bit of smuggled goods here.
The council will like to see this.
Indeed.
Yes, this will be the missing goods from the town. What's in this little room?
This cabin occupies half the stern section of this deck, with one bulkhead running along the center line of the ship. Along this bulkhead, leading up in the direction of the bow, is an enclosed companionway. At its foot, a door in the central bulkhead leads to the other part of the stern. On this door hangs a dark blue cloak. A single bunk, the bed linen heaped in a pile, is set against the hull. At its foot is a brass-bound wooden sea chest, its lid closed. Under the bunk is a brass box, also closed. In the center of the cabin, a plain wooden table is bolted to the deck. On it are 2 books, one open and one propped up against the other. Beside the table is a wooden chair. Hanging from the ceiling over the table is an unlit hooded lantern. Just after the hook that holds the lantern is a hatch measuring 3 feet on the side.
That's just a hatch like a window?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I take a look at
it's
the
a
books.
hatch that will lead to the main deck here. Like if you see up
okay.
here, there's another hatch.
It's the staircase, okay.
Yeah, not quite a staircase, but
Oh, this thing here?
yeah, it's like a trapdoor.
Oh,
Huh. Does it only go up to the main deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Kelnozz, as you enter into this room, make a perception check. Okay. As you enter the room, as this there and starts looking around, you notice that there is another secret door on the behind this bookcase here.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll try to open up the secret door.
As you look in there, you see a cramped area, only 4 feet wide at the widest, is sandwiched between the adjacent cabin and the ship's stern. It contains 8 large, irregularly shaped bundles wrapped in oilskin and bound with light rope. These are piled at random on the deck, as though thrown in casually from the doorway.
Can I grab one bundle and take a look at what's inside?
You do. As you try to grab these bundles, they're very heavy, and you realize that they are 10 morning stars. And each bundle seems to be another bundle, so there's 10 morning stars and 10 long swords, 10 shields. You find 20 javelins, and 1 shield emblazoned on the front with the design of a lizard with a forked tongue extended.
Theren, would you look at that? I point to all the contraband weapons here in the back.
Okay, Brynn, what are you up to?
I'm gonna pop open this forward door and take a look around this other room that we haven't looked in.
Okay. Various unpleasant odors of humanoid occupation compete for recognition here.
Gross.
These crew quarters fill the entire forward part of this deck. A companionway stairway leads up from a point about 6 feet up from the bulkhead. Near it, more to the starboard, is a door. Around the perimeter of the cabin, slung between hooks on the bulkhead and the surrounding poles, are 8 hammocks. Judging from the way in which they hang, the hammocks seem to be unoccupied at present. Well, you know they're not occupied, sorry. Beneath each hammock is a brass-bound wooden sea chest. Most are closed, but 2 have open lids and appear to contain clothes. In the center of the cabin stands a long, plain wooden table with a bench along each of its longer sides. They all appear to be bolted to the deck in an attempt to keep everything in place. The table is stained and cluttered and has an untidy pile of dirty tin plates and cups roughly stacked in a large tin bucket below it. Over the table, hanging from the ceiling, is an unlit hooded lantern. Against the starboard side, an area has been curtained off by cheap, dirty cloth hangings.
Yeah, I guess I'll enter this smelly room.
If you search this room, you are going to find a pack of well-used, greasy playing cards, 2 sets of dice. One of them is loaded. And lastly, you find a book called Grog's Hovels. And as you take a quick leafing through it, you see that the book describes various inns and taverns along Taden Bay that are safe for pirates.
What was the book called?
Grog's Hovel. Grog's Hovels.
Hovel.
Okay, Theren, you had just entered into the first mate's cabin there. You found some books and a chest.
Aren't there 2 chests?
The sea chest. The sea chest and a brass box.
Yeah, a box. Okay, a box and a chest. But first, I'm going to investigate the books that are strewn about here and see what they're all about.
Okay. There are 2 books that are worth some money here. One is called Principles of Navigation. This is the one that's open. And the other one is called Legal Distinctions in Letters of Marque. They're both worth 10 gold pieces apiece to the right buyer.
Okay. How much, sorry? 50? Or 15?
10. 10 gold
10?
each. Yeah.
And okay, I picked them up into my pack. And what about the cloak on the door?
The cloak has no... It appears to be a normal cloak. It's dark blue.
Alright. Well, let's try and open some of these boxes then.
All right.
Is that about that time? I'll try the sea chest first.
The sea chest is not locked. And as you open it, there's no trap. It has just garments and a pair of boots. They all seem old, but clean.
What about the small box?
The small box is locked.
Okay, I try to finagle it open.
Okay.
Put some muscle into it. Can I help him? Assist?
You usually have to say that before it happens.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm
With
cheering
a
him on.
7, I'd say you struggle with it for a few minutes and nothing seems to pop open. You can try again if you want.
This one's a little small. Kind of hard to finagle.
But I'm an expert at finagling.
Have a go at this. I'll help you.
Okay, do it. Either you guys can either roll 1 dice each for this, or one of you can choose to roll with advantage. Your choice.
Oh, let's go for advantage.
I think you're stronger than I am. You should go for it.
Okay. Ooh. Well, it's something.
You manage to break it open with great exertion, and your improvised tool breaks.
Damn it.
But the box contains 500 silver pieces.
Ooh.
Very good. Some compensation for our trouble here. It's usually 4 of us, 500. So 120 each, 5 each.
Well, there's 5 of us now with Bimz. Perhaps you should get a fair share of the treasure.
Nice try.
Wow. I'm insulted, and so is Bimz. This is the most unsuitable way to treat a familiar.
Kelnozz, you're lucky to get a share at all with helping us with the massive battle that took place.
Well, I single-handedly killed 14 pirates up on the top deck.
That is definitely a lie, but I hardly blink an eye at this, as I've come to expect it from you. Anyhow, let's see if Brynn has found anything in the front hold.
Yes. Let's take a look.
It's quite smelly in here.
No, that's just Theren.
Alright. So you guys have met up now.
I didn't find anything of great importance. Perhaps, Kelnozz, you'd like to make a wager?
Ooh, I do like wagers. What did you have in mind?
Well, I happen to find this perfectly normal pair of dice. And this other perfectly normal pair of dice.
2 pairs of perfectly normal dice.
Yes. I
Go on.
challenge you to a roll-off of these dice. Whoever guesses their roll wins the money.
Which money do you speak of?
What happens if they both guess the roll?
wager. Well, then we go on to round 2.
Perhaps you'll allow me to take a look at those dice.
Oh, no, they're quite normal and suitable.
Just
dice.
a quick glance.
Well, so I hand him the regular pair of dice.
Hey guys,
Can I do like an inspection check on it?
first Ryan's going to do a sleight of hand check. And now you can make a contested perception check.
Oof.
Brynn appears to hand you the pair of dice that he was earlier describing as quite ordinary.
Yes. These do appear to be quite ordinary. And the other pair?
Why, here they are. And I hand him the same pair back.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh.
Alright, you notice that Brynn switches the dice a little clumsily.
Perhaps another time then, and I stuff all the dice in my bag.
Indeed, perhaps another time.
Well,
Theren, would you like to play dice?
perhaps we should steer this boat back to shore to bring all these heavy goods we can't carry to the council. All the smuggled goods.
Indeed, now you speak sense, Brynn. Yeah. Let's go up to the top deck and see if those sailors will help us navigate the ship back to harbor.
Perhaps we can extract that gold tooth everyone was talking about.
Kelnozz, you can probably just keep watch of the cargo hold and make sure nothing goes missing.
That's not a very good use of my skills.
I think we've had enough use of your skills upstairs on the top deck.
Yes, well, I did kill 20 sailors single-handedly.
Yeah, indeed. Alright, well, I return to the top deck.
When you return to the top deck, you notice that the two remaining pirates are now slumped in their ropes with blood pooling at their feet, and Odios is starting to drag the small jolly boat towards the railing.
What's the meaning of this? These men were awaiting
Yes.
trial.
I was planning to kill them myself.
No, you weren't, Kelnozz. They were ready to stand trial.
She says, or he says, sorry, these humans did stand trial. Moraganor cast judgment on them, and like all humans, they got sentenced to death. Now I'm leaving here.
Theren, you can't let him leave. He's another follower.
Yes, what do you know of Moraganor? Crap.
He says, Moraganor, the god of vengeance. I know that he smiles down on the death of every human and every non-elf. She looks at Eikooc as he says that. He says, now I'm going to be on my way.
Moraganor is the god of justice, not senseless vengeance. And I'll have you know that these men were due a fair trial before execution was to take place. It was not your place to make this judgment.
He says, what does a half-breed know of their place? What do these humans give? What trial did these humans give our kind before they blamed us for what happened at Aberdawn? Before they dispossessed us, took all of our property away, and you want to give them a fair trial? You're no half-breed. You're just another dirty human.
Ooh!
You know not the true way of Moraganor. Their justice will come, and it will not be decided by a small-minded one like you.
Hells yeah. Maybe we should put him back in that cage. What do you think, Theren?
He holds it. You're standing on top of the boat here, so
I'm doing it very dramatically.
make a acrobatics check.
Gladly.
You slide down the boat very undramatically.
Damn it.
He says, no one's putting me back in those chains. Now I'm leaving here, and if any of you don't like it, then let's hear it now. I could have left all of you stranded here by taking your boat, and I didn't. So I'm going now. So I just heave on the jolly boat again.
Well, if you can't tell us anything more about these bandits, then we have more use for you. Begone.
The elf struggles to pull the boat up over the edge, but does. and eventually gets in, starts rowing away.
The guy was a jerk.
Indeed, he's just the same as those humans who would judge us first and not know what true justice means.
I can't believe you would kill these humans in cold blood as I fish around this guy's mouth to try to grab that tooth. It's unconscionable that he would hurt unarmed and totally bound humans and execute them without a fair trial.
Make it a strength check.
Ah,
You just can't get that tooth free as you.
There's a special place in the Nine Hells for someone who disrespects humanity like that elf that we just saw there. Unbelievable. It really
Indeed.
is a tragedy. Damn it. My head is like covered in blood. Well, perhaps we don't always get what we want, eh, Theren? Isn't that the take-home message from this adventure today? We don't always get what we want. We try to grab it sometimes, and we get blood on our hands, and we don't get what we want.
Indeed, much blood has been spilled. And we are no closer to understanding who sent these pirates and why they seem to be gathering weapons. However, this serpent with the tongue symbol seems to be relevant. Perhaps the council will know of its origin.
Perhaps the pirates were supplying the lizard folk.
It could be. I'm not sure where these lizard folk came from.
Well, they came from this front cabin right over here.
Of course I meant their true origin, Brynn.
Perhaps
But
the map is the answer to that question.
Well, I'm looking at the map, and it's clearly of salt marsh. What the two figures represent is a mystery to me.
well, Salt Marsh, yeah. There seems to be a village on the map that's depicted by that symbol. It's not on our main map. Perhaps a small village where these lizardmen came from.
Perhaps. I think it might be worth returning for our certain reward.
Indeed, perhaps Eleander will know of these lizard folk and their hidden town. He may be interested to find out about this. Let's find those sailors we came with and ask them to help us to navigate this ship back to Saltmarsh.
A bold plan.
The guards are invisible and standing under the deck with you guys here, and they say, "Do any of you know how to sail a ship this size?"
I feel like together we could make it work.
I did find a book on navigation by sea.
Perhaps we could read it quickly.
Yes. Let us get a few pointers, and then...
The guard says, "Well, we might be able to bring this boat back. It will be not easy with a bunch of landlubbers like you.
All right. Easy.
Or we could just take the keel boat back. And I'm sure the council will send a contingent of sailors to bring back this boat."
Well, we don't want to leave these smuggled goods unguarded.
They could be resmuggled.
They could be resmuggled by another set of filthy pirates.
He says, "You'll have to do everything I say." He looks at Kelnozz.
This guy's a jerk, I whisper to Theren.
"It takes great coordination to sail a ship this big.
Whole
Lots
bunch of
of
jerks.
trained hands.
Well, there's 6 of us, and I don't know.
The guard makes it clear that it's up to you guys, and that they'll help with whatever thing you'd like to do.
What say you,
Perhaps
Theren?
we can follow the directions. We could use some sailing experience to use our boat ourselves. Maybe not this large vessel.
All right. Everybody make a survival check.
There we go. Now we're doing stuff.
Whoops.
Okay. The guards, the one guard that seems to know most of what he's doing, takes a central role and starts assigning roles to people out. And after a few hours of some basic lessons and some luck on the chance of the weather, you manage to get the Sea Ghost moving towards Salt Marsh. And just a few hours after the dawn breaks, you manage to arrive at Saltmarsh docks, and the guards call out to the people on the docks and makes it clear that they need help. Some sailors come out and start pulling you in.
Hells yeah.
Let's take a quick break just for 2 seconds. I need to use the
Get a drink.
powdered room. So be right back in a few moments.
Who's behind the captain's wheel?
Our turn.
Pursuit. Here we are.
Kev, you'll have to look up how to use familiars.
I have it open.
The big
Can
takeaway
I
is
teleport into my hands?
yes, when you cast it, after you cast that spell for the first time, you'll be able to do that. But you'll be able to it'll be able to deliver touch spells on your behalf.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it should be very helpful with certain touch spells like Cure Wounds.
Can it make attacks or actions?
Actions, yes,
Um,
but I don't think they can attack.
okay, so it uses its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it. Pseudo dragon.
Did you just see what I posted there for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Bite and sting. Whoa, crazy. If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the target falls unconscious. Whew. That's from the poison of the sting. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So it purrs when it indicates pleasure and hisses when it's angry. That's cool.
So yeah, if you look at the Find Familiar spell, it says a familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. So the bite and the sting thing we could probably use outside of like big combats, but just to stop you from getting too OP, I guess.
Right. Sorry, you were saying that it couldn't perform attacks during combat, right? Okay. Because otherwise, yeah, that would be insanely overpowered. This is cool. I've never had a familiar before.
Familiars are pretty cool. You ever listen to? I thought you said you did, but I can't remember the Critical Role season 2.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there.
Oh, okay. In season 2, there's just one of the guys has a familiar and he uses it all the time, and it's like crazy good. Very useful for like.
I should watch that show and learn how to use it.
He basically like part of it is you can see through their eyes and like through their senses. Like if you concentrate, so like he would send his like. He used to have it as a cat, but he would sometimes turn it into like a bird or a spider and like crawl through like. He like had a spider like crawl through the like fortress of some bandits or something. So
that's
that he could
cool.
like spy on them. Or like they had a whole bunch of underwater episodes, and so he turned it into an octopus and like would have it swim around.
Oh man,
he could see into places that like is it worth it to try and get in here? Like oh maybe not. But those guys are all crazy. Like the Critical Role people, they're all like so into it. And actually, that guy is more into it than the other people. Like you can hear him like talking about rules and such, and some of them like. I think they all know the rules pretty well now, but I know one of them said like when they first started playing, he didn't even read the rule book. He just just like, okay, let's just go. And he would learn.
Which one is the most knowledgeable?
Like of the players, I'd say the one I'm talking about is Liam.
Liam, okay.
Liam O'Brien, I think is his name. I can't remember. But like Travis, which is like the big guy, like he said, he just learned everything at the table. He never read the book. I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has now, but at the time.
But at the time, yeah. Find familiar. Fuck yeah. Adding all the information to my thing.
Where did these other guys go? Did they fall in?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Scott here?
Same.
Oh man, how long have you guys been here?
You guys
I've been
are
here the
just
whole time.
chatting. I was just hanging
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
It was a cool time.
Jeez. Okay, so you guys have managed to bring the sea ghost back to Saltmarsh, and some sailors
Ooh,
have come up.
I gotta go make a tea.
pulling the boat back into the dock, and you see Jillian Primewater rush out onto the dock. He says, "My word! What have we here?"
One ship full of stolen goods.
Ah, stolen goods. Explain yourself.
But these are the smuggled goods that the pirates were. Hold on, who are you? Before we start telling you our entire background, let me scroll back here and remember who Jillian is.
He's the guy in the building at the docks. Yeah, the sailors and workers were fighting with the dwarves.
He's the richest man in Saltmarsh, and he's the one who told you guys about the what's the right word? Sunken boat. The shipwreck is the word I'm looking for. And he says, "Oh yes, the smuggling ship. Oh, good show, good show. I suppose we should gather the council then."
Indeed.
Yes. Without a moment's notice.
Oh, well, we should need some notice.
I'm afraid not.
Short to mid notice.
Well, it will take time for me to gather the others. Would you, shall we say, later this evening? You must need some rest.
Well,
Indeed.
perhaps
you can have some guards watch this boat that we've rescued.
Absolutely. And he claps his hand, and some sailors run up the gangplank. He says, "I will get Ida right away, and we will prepare for our meeting this evening. Come just before dusk, just like last time."
I got a bad feeling about this guy, but very well.
What do you mean?
I didn't say it out loud.
It's a very rude thing to say for a dark elf.
I put on my disguise.
Make a intelligence check.
Ooh, wow.
That's not good.
I don't even know what to do with a 0.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Do I just have a seizure or something?
You go to put all this powder on your face and end up just coughing just as you're about to put it on your face. And you end up putting it all on your tongue. And just cough it up into the air.
Kelnozz away! I jump into the water.
You jump into the water.
What an odd fellow. Yeah, he'll find his way back out of some barrel or such.
Eikooc
That's,
yawns. We should rest before the council meeting.
Very well, Yuck.
You guys have been awake for nearly 24 hours now, so all of you are extremely tired.
Yeah. We're gonna have
You
to
guys
rest for
see
sure.
Brimz hovering not so far ahead, but over the water. And it's moving towards the wicker goat.
This is Bimz.
Bimz, yeah.
Okay.
Because this dude lives here, right?
Yeah.
And where's the wicker goat?
Right over there.
Yeah, so you can see like Bimz like floating along the surface of the water. Just hovering above it.
Okay. You can see some people start to point at it and exclaim. They don't seem too scared. They just seem a little curious.
So we need a dark elf with a dragon on his shoulder all the time.
So is this like a beach here?
Not exactly. This is that's like a little market area.
Okay, well I get out of the water and I try to find a safe spot to put on my disguise.
Oh, make an athletics check to swim across the bay there. All right, the water is moving out into the bay there, so you have to fight it a little bit, but you make the swim. You manage to pull yourself up by the market.
And can I put my disguise kit?
You want to reapply your disguise?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Huzzah!
Pretty good.
I'm now dressed as an old man with a cane.
You
Candy
appear
cane?
very, very persuasively like an old man with a cane, with the dusky features that you might expect from someone from the northern province.
Hells yeah. I make my way to the goat.
Okay, Brynn, Theren, and Eikooc. Kelnozz just jumped into the water and disappeared.
As he does.
He is a curious fellow.
Let us head to the Wicker Groat and have a rest. I am weary from battle.
And you should be. Not every day you cleave a man in twine.
Most days, at least one guy gets cleaved in twine. I boast. All right, let's have a rest.
Okay, you guys head back to the Wicker Goat. When you get there, you find a slightly damp but suspiciously familiar old man.
Oh, come sit at the table.
He's sitting at a table.
Who's this creepy old man? He seems oddly familiar. His
Would you
smell,
like-
anyways.
To play a game of dice there, young man.
Perhaps. Perhaps you'd like to make a wager.
I do have a bit of retirement money left because I'm so old. I try to pickpocket from Brynn.
Oh.
Okay, make a perception check.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to beat 25. What is that? What is that? 10.
All right, you managed it. You're
I-
going for those dice, eh?
No, I was gonna steal his money and wager his own money himself.
Okay. You can steal his coin purse.
And I say, I wager this much. I put his coin per. What say you, Brynn?
How much is in there? Surely I have enough to. Wait a second. Where's my coin purse? This looks like my coin purse. I draw my sword. You there, old man. What's all this sleight of handing about? Pickpockets.
Make an investigation check, Bryn.
Suck it, bro.
It's just an old man who's trying to steal your money.
What are you talking about? I'm just an old man.
You
Try to
better
enjoy
watch
a
yourself, or I'd have a mind to run you through if I weren't so tired. My friend here is Theren, the cleaver of twains, or of twine.
Just hoping you can say that word for a third different way, but then it's over.
But I'm just a simple old man.
Old men are still bound by the laws of Cormac. Stealing is clearly against the law. Return that coin purse or extend your hand. You know the punishment for theft, old man.
I use my regular voice,
There,
my non-old man voice, and I say, "Won't you join me for a seat, Theren and Brynn?"
What were we gonna say, Bob?
Kelnozz temporarily dies.
I point over to our friend. Oh fuck! What's his name? What's the bartender's name? I forgot.
Jankus.
Jankus? I say, Jankus, 1 round of drinks on Brynn. And I throw Brynn back his coin purse.
Jankus gets a round of ales.
I guess 1 ale before bed can't hurt.
You should have seen the look on your face, Brynn.
Oh, you had better watch yourself, you creepy old man.
You get yourself into a lot of
Outfit you're
trouble.
wearing is quite suitable. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. Others would slash first and ask questions later.
You'd slash at an old helpless man.
One who steals my entire coin purse?
Yeah, well, you should keep an eye on that. What took you so long to get over here?
Well, you know, we went for a walk. Someone dove in the water and swam across the bay, and it was curious to watch.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad we made it back. Perhaps we shall enjoy a drink and have a nice long rest. Oh, wait, no, aren't we meeting them this evening?
It's so early in the day. You can probably have a long rest.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a long.
Okay. Yeah, long rest would be nice because I burned all my shit trying to convince that guy who.
It's a few
Wasn't
hours after
convinced.
dawn, so would say maybe 8-ish.
And how long is a long rest? Like 6 or 8 hours?
It's
or
like 8 hours.
8 hours. All right. I personally take a long rest. My coin purse tucked up under my pillow.
Does anyone have anything else they're doing before they declare their long rest?
I will snuggle up.
Will anyone commune to any magic items? I don't think we got any, did we?
No, but there was definitely a magic item in that chest there that we couldn't get open.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
still on the boat.
There's only one chest we couldn't get open. I think.
Because you forgot to try.
Well, I got a
we tried,
premonition that it would
failed.
be like a poison
Oh yeah.
cloud. Like I'm not opening that shit. That's why I tried to get our buddy there to do it.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Okay, after a very long day, after shutting down the smuggling operation that seems to have been running out of Saltmarsh, you turn in for a well-deserved rest. And we will pick that up next time.
Hells yeah.
Coolio.